Hi, I'm Becky Guthrie, your senior counselor, and I'm here today to introduce Ashley Pettit. And we've talked in the fall, we had Eric Farmer come and talk to you about the different types of financial aid that are available for seniors. Well, now's the time. You've got to start filling out your FAFSA, the free application for federal student aid. And I've asked Ashley Pettit from Cleveland State to come and give you more details about financial aid, because it's something you need to do now. And here's Ashley.
Okay guys, so hopefully when Eric Farmer came, all of you guys were paying attention to everything he had to say because he had great information. But Miss Becky just told you that the most important thing about your FAFSA is that it is free, the free application for federal student aid. So when you log in, you're going to go to FAFSA.gov. That is so important because if you go to FAFSA.com, you will be charged, I think it's $78 or $80 to submit it, and we don't want anyone to give their credit card information. So when you go to FAFSA.gov, it is a free site, and you will put in your information, demographic information, your college information of where you're going to go next year, and then the most important piece is your parent information. So it will ask for their tax information, their income information, and if they haven't filed their taxes yet, because that'll be the main concern for most parents, is that since they haven't filed taxes yet, they don't want to do their FAFSA yet. But you need to do your FAFSA early, and you can estimate before they file taxes. So you'll estimate how much money they made last year, their current net worth, and things like that. And that's all things that they should have an idea of what to put in there. But a little more background information about why the FAFSA is important. And it is your one application for all of federal aid, and federal aid includes your state funding. So even if you think your family is not going to qualify for any other financial aid, it still applies you for the Hope Scholarship. So that is the main reason every single senior needs to do their FAFSA, is to apply for the Hope Scholarship, which everybody knows you have to have a 3.0 GPA or a 21 on your ACT to be eligible to get. And those amounts are going to be different depending on if you go to a community college next year or a four-year university. So other important reasons to do your FAFSA: it is also your application for federal grants, which include the Pell Grant, which is the national grant, and you can get varying amounts of that grant based on your income levels and household situations, and also the Tennessee State Grant. And the reason you do your FAFSA so early is because that Tennessee State Grant money runs out when it's gone, it's gone. So if you file on February 15th and that money ran out on February 1st, you may have been eligible for it, but you cannot get that money because you didn't file early enough. So we want to make sure everybody files early and gets all the money they're eligible for before that money is gone. Other things, you have to file by February 15th if you are a Tennessee Promise student, which I believe at Cleveland High School is almost 300 of you. There's a lot. So all those students need to apply by February 15th. If you do not file your FAFSA by that date, you will lose your eligibility for the Tennessee Promise Scholarship. Other things we want to talk about: if you want help with your FAFSA, if your parents are not comfortable filing on their own, or if they have questions and get stuck, at Cleveland State, Tuesday, January 27th, we are holding a FAFSA Help Night. It is from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. in the Career Education Building on main campus. And if you guys have been on main campus, it is next to the Johnson Building where our big auditorium is. But we'll be in computer labs. We'll have financial aid professionals to help you guys submit those applications properly to make sure there aren't any problems with that. Did I forget anything?
I think that's good.
Okay. I think that's everything you need to know. A couple other reminders. Your college applications are also due by February 15th if you're a Tennessee Promise student. So if you have not applied to your college institution you listed for Tennessee Promise, you must do that by February 15th. And also Cleveland State has some scholarship offerings. If you're going to apply for those, then that deadline is March 1st, and that is an online application. I think that's all I have.
Okay, and I've got a few more things that I wanted to share. I wanted to let you know that if you're a part of Tennessee Promise, and that's the scholarship for the 2 years of free community college, if you applied for that in the fall, your first mandatory meeting is going to be this Thursday, January 29th. And they start sign-ins at 5 o'clock, and the actual meeting is at 5:30. That's in our CHS dining hall, and that's a mandatory meeting. So make sure that you're there so that you can continue to get that Tennessee Promise scholarship. And I also wanted to make sure that you know, Ashley had mentioned about the Cleveland State scholarships that are separate from Tennessee Promise. She's going to be in our building on February the 5th. And she'll be here during second period, and I'm going to use the lab 741 that's right by the counseling office to do that online application. So make plans to come into the counseling lab second period, February the 5th, if you need help to get money for that online scholarships that are for Cleveland State. I also wanted to make sure that you know that we have scholarships that are local scholarships that are coming up that are going to be available all during this semester. I've added some to the scholarship calendar that's on our website. So you're going to go to chsraiders.com, click counseling, and you'll see the scholarship calendar there. Check it every week because I'll have new things that are added as they come in from the community leaders. Right now you'll see 2 that are teaching scholarships that are available. We also have the Ratterman Shell Scholarship that's available. So there's several that are on there that you'll want to work on getting those applications. Check the calendar first and it'll give you information, and then right below the calendar you'll actually see the scholarship for you to be able to print it off and make the application. And it'll give you details about who's eligible for those. But make sure that you don't put those off because some of those you're just competing with kids from our senior class, so it's some good scholarships. And I did want to mention an exciting thing about for your senior class. We're going to have a senior night instead of some of the other several activities we've done. We're going to do a big senior night on April the 30th. So make plans to put that in your phone, on your calendar to attend. We're going to celebrate you all and celebrate where you're going to go for your post-secondary, and just celebrate if you've gotten any achievements with Tennessee Scholars, scholarships that you're getting. These community scholarships will be given out then. That's a Thursday night, and we'll give you more details about the time, but I wanted to have you save that date, April 30th. It's on the Thursday night. And I wanted to mention, if you remember the last couple of years, the seniors have done the senior parade where you go to an elementary school to help kick off their TCAP testing that the elementary and middle schools will do. So you're going to be invited to go to all the elementary schools and the middle school. So be thinking about the school you attended. Where do you want to go? Which one of the schools do you want to visit? And those kids love it because you're going to show up in your cap and gown. And it's like they think you're a rock star because they're going to have you actually parade down the hall. If you went to elementary school there, you'll see teachers that you've had. The teachers love it. The elementary kids love to see you. And you'll be getting a permission slip coming out pretty soon from me about that because it's going to be the end of April, at the end of April before TCAPs, right before our graduation week. So keep in mind about the senior parade, and that's something I hope you'll take a part in. If you didn't go to elementary school, you can do the middle school. If you didn't go to either, you're still welcome to attend. There may be a brother or sister you have at one of the elementary schools, or you may have a neighbor, somebody that you want to go see. So we hope that you'll take part in that, and I'll give you more details about that as it gets closer. I think that's all I have, but the biggest thing that Ashley and I both wanted to make sure you do is that you get your FAFSA submitted. Remember, it's the free application for federal student aid. Use the GOV site, the government site, not the .com, and get it done now. Don't put it off, okay? Of all things senior year, this is the time. Don't procrastinate and get things done since you have so many deadlines. And I hope you have a great semester, and I look forward to seeing you and talking to you. And congratulations on senior year. Thank you.